it's New Mutator. I'm going to be casting this game for you, the Myth World Cup 2015. It is a match between the Sociopathic Owls and Deer. So this is game 4 of that match. Sociopathic Owls are being led by Lord Scary Owl with the 3 dashes, and make sure you include those dashes there. When you address him, Arsenal Switch, Vi for Power, rounding out the roster. Deadly Kitten, I believe, is an observer, although maybe he's a substitute this match. I'm not sure. Drunken Deer across the map, going to be led by, well, Deer, I mean, going to be led by Drunken, as in previous years, though he did mention that he may not be available later on in the tournament. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Vihan, Master Chief, and Scratch going to be joining him. Westox, I believe, another observer, so perhaps not playing this game. Yeah, so the map name is the Spinach Between Your Teeth. The game type is Flag Rally. Pretty excited to cast this. I do believe it's no unit trading, so it's going to be what you see is what you get, as already everybody has their units. Spoiler alert, I do believe Deadly Kitten is going to have a couple of units to play around with, although I don't think he gets a whole lot done, but we'll keep an eye on that. Westox, I don't believe gets anything this game. I do believe he ends up dropping. So yeah, there's that. What else can I say? So Flag Rally, the first team to tag all of the flags does end up winning the game. In case of a tie, the first team to tag the highest number of flags that were tagged ends up winning. So that is the name of the game. I do believe both teams are going to try to tag flag 1 and maybe move on from there. So really quick, I did want to make mention that this year, Myth World Cup 2015, we do have a prize for the first place team. It's going to be 8 copies of Deadhold, which, in case you weren't aware, is currently being developed. It's a game, of course. It's greenlit on Steam, so you can get it through there. It's heavily inspired by Myth. It's being developed in the Unreal 4 engine. Currently, it's in alpha, but I had an opportunity to test it out, and it looks pretty good, plays pretty well, and it's not yet finished, so obviously there's going to be a lot more content coming down the pipes. So looks pretty good. 8 copies to the first place team. It's going to be given away this year by the development team. I believe that's who is it, Fizch? I don't know how to pronounce your name, I'm sorry. Iggy Pop and Kelstek, I think, is the third developer. So they were gracious enough to offer that as a prize for this year, so that'll be fun. That'll be interesting. Let's see if that motivates anybody to play even more crazy than they normally are. Oh my gosh. Okay, so as I suspected, both teams are going to be rushing to this middle area. Looks like Drunken going to be heavy hitting for his team and captaining simultaneously, because he doesn't really. I mean, Sasper didn't show up. Like, who, you know, none of his go-to players showed up, so he's got to take matters into his own hands. And Lord Scary Owl going to be given the Tro to vie for power. So already both teams tagging some flags. They're going to be moving around the long way. The reason why you want to tag mid to start off is if you deny this flag to the opposing team, that's really good for you, because then you have a base, you know, a place from which you can move around and tag all the flags. You know, there's a shorter distance from mid than any other place. Otherwise, you have to move in a linear fashion rather than through the middle area. Interestingly enough, Vi for Power moves off the flag, and Deer are able to take a hold of flag 1 and push the Sociopathic Owls off this middle island. So yeah, it looks like Westox, no units, Deadly Kitten with 2%. And here's Deadly Kitten right here with his 2 units, gonna move in. I'm not sure why he has a Heron Guard. Those are massively useful. Particularly for healing in almost a nearly dead Tro. So let's see if any of these teams are going to be utilizing Tro to their full potential. Looks like Vi for Power going to take a shot to the face, and Drunken ends up shooting himself in the back. Deadly Kitten drawing some fire. Going to be running interference in the backfield here for these Sociopathic Owls. Ooh, some friendly fire going down. Drunken shooting himself a lot, although he does take revenge on that one Mercuridia, as Viper Power is going to run away. Oh, a dud shot there as he almost gets some extra damage off. Unfortunately, he's not connecting, except on himself so far. Yeah, looks like Lord Scary Owl going to be sacrificing this Mercuridia, trying to run him in. Although, I don't know if he's going to be able to get a lot done. He might be able... Nope. He's going to retreat on out of there. He's going to try to hold this area for his team, flag 6. Although, I think that's already been tagged by both teams, so I'm not sure why he would want to hold that. Meanwhile, Scratch is going to hold flag 3 for his team as Arsenal moves in, tries to get a nice shot off. Let's see if he's able to connect. Uh-oh. Oh, he does connect, although he isn't able to kill Scratch's Mortar Dwarf. And Deadly Kitten, I don't know what he's doing. This is, seriously, this is like one of the worst things you can do. He's probably going to lose that, and he ends up losing it. And I think he healed. I think he used his root to heal himself, which is actually kind of a liability for the Sociopathic Owls, as you want to hold on to those for the Tro. Meanwhile, we have some Warlock shots down there. Scary Owl's going to be blocking that shot there. Viper Power blocking another shot. Couple of more mortar shots, actually. And whoa, Lord Scary Owl using that coveted heal on his Mercuridia, which then proceeds to lose most of its health. So not the wisest decision making so far that I can see. As I said before, heals are exceptionally important. You want to hold on to those for your units, and well, you know, I mean, that Heron Guard was punished for healing early by being taken out there, but I mean, there's another Heron Guard here that could have picked that up. So flag 6, there's it looks like Deer's going to be successful in pushing off flag whatever defense, but they already tagged that flag, so not really sure what's going on. Deadly Kitten is tagging flags though for the Sociopathic Owls, so that's pretty useful. All they need to tag, I think, is flag 1, and I'm not sure what else. Let me see here. They need flag 1 and flag 3. So where's flag 3? Can we find that? It should be right here. Oh, a bunch of stuff went down here. As we can see, a ring of fire of some sort. Unfortunately, it's hard for me to see the Sociopathic Owls on the overhead map, as it looks like Arsenal going to be streaming in here and taking flag 3 out. It looks like Scratch is going to hightail it out here. Unfortunately, Drunken had all these Soulless to himself, just doing nothing. So, not sure. Not sure. He's also micromanaging the Tro and this force here, so it's not good for his team being all split up like that. He has the most percentage, most units on his team. He's gonna. Oh my goodness, that was a massive shot. Drunken taking out. Wow. Whoever that was, I think that was Scary Owl or somebody. That was pretty massive. How many kills did he get for that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Could have been all 6 on that one. That's crazy. So yeah, Deer going to be up considerably after that shot, 86 to 63%. So I guess he does manage to, Arsenal coming right back at him. Takes out all of his Solas there. So yeah, was it worth it? I don't know. Might have averaged out 62, 80%. So it cuts it down to an 18% lead. Although, I do have to say that the Sociopathic Owls are currently in the lead in terms of the map objectives. They did reach victory imminent before Deer. Deer need to tag this, flag 5, as well as flag 4. So they're currently at a disadvantage, especially after losing all of those Solus. He does have 1 remaining, so let's see. He might be able to use it to snipe something or other. Looks like Drunken is going to be on the move, trying to run away from these ranged units here as well as the artillery for the Sociopathic Owls. He is going to try to chase Vi for power with his Mortar Dwarf. I don't think he's going to connect. Oh, he does connect on one. Does manage to take him out. And keep in mind, too, that there are whites on this map, although I don't see, and I'm not sure why my mouse is just randomly clicking by itself. I'm not clicking it when it does that. Yeah, there are random whites on this map. Drunken Deer shoots, does not manage to connect. Lord Scary Owl is going to survive for now. And there's another opportunity. He does block that Warlock shot, so pretty nice there. In terms of unit and trading points, Warlocks and Mortar Dwarves cost the same. Warlocks do have mana, Mortar Dwarves do not, but Mortar Dwarves do have a chance to dud, which Warlocks do not have. So whether or not, you know, and their projectiles are different. Mortar Dwarves kind of arc over in a parabola, and Warlocks just trail along the ground at a steady, you know, it just follows the ground, so that more easily blocked. So yeah, there are a few differences there. It looks like these units, Vihan just going to be chilling on flag 1, not going to be doing a whole lot. And Arsenal and Switch are going to be holding flag 4. So flag 4 and flag 5 being held by Sociopathic Owls. Drunken is here. Scratch is here. Uh-oh, Scratch, you're in trouble, buddy. He gets taken out there. Lord Scary Owl managing to pick up 1 kill on his Warlock. Meanwhile what? What's going on? I don't know. I'm not sure what. I've got to re-plug in this mouse. It's driving me crazy. It's doing all kinds of random things. Vi for power is being shadowed. He's going to be trailed here, hounded by Drunken. He may be able to get away. He's going to run to flag 4 and use his Solace to try to tick down that Tro. I'm not sure if he's going to connect at all. Maybe not with these trees there. And I do believe he's used up all of his heals. Yeah, he has no more heals on his Heron Guard. So no more heals equals you're out of luck once you get stoned. Scary Owl going to be shooting. He is going to intercept, I think, that Mercuridia, which is gunning for his Warlock, as a white gets taken out there by Switch. And yes, he is able to intercept that Mercuridia. For now, for the time being. Looks like Drunken and Scratch are moving in on flag number 5. Let's see if they're able to deflect. This is a lot of units. Let's see, they could focus fire these guys down. Take them down one by one. They might be able to. Nice shot there. Beautiful shot by Lord Scary Owl. Is able to do a lot of area of effect damage. Although Vi for Power's got to be careful. I think he overextended. Lost a couple of those Solas there. Drunken gonna shoot into the fray in the back there. Try to take out these Mauls, which are racking up kills. They're actually pretty high up, and well, they're getting there. They're getting there. 3, 2, 1 kills there. Oh my gosh, friendly fire damage as Drunken loses most of his artillery. Although he does have this Mortar Dwarf, so this is looking epic. As Drunken gets stoned, Vi for Power going to walk out, keep that flag contested, although try not to die, although Drunken is able to tag the flag in the end. Vi for Power needs to be careful because 1 hit is all he'll need. He's going to move in, kill that Maul, but then get hit in the back, lose that Tro. That was the last remaining unit that they had for melee defense, as Drunken with the beautiful shot on those 2 remaining Solas from Vi for Power. Scary Owl going to suicide, do the best that he can. So almost dead Mortar Dwarf and a half-dead Maul, the only 2 survivors for Deer on this flag, as the percentages get nearly tied up as a result. 30 seconds remaining as Deer mount their last-ditch offense. Vihan going to be on the move, although he's going to be moved back here. He almost loses that Warlock as a result. Vihan needs to move something in. His Mercuridia goes berserk, runs back into his melee units, and it does look like Sociopathic Owls are going to hold this flag here. Although that could be a nice shot there. Beautiful shot from, who was that? One of these guys, Arsenal or Switch. So pretty good game, actually. Deer looked like they were up in percentages. They were down a couple flags, but they did have they did have the units available. They just weren't able to take flag 5 in an efficient fashion, move on to flag 4. I think they waited a little too long. At this point, if they had extra time, they have all these mauls, but so do the sociopathic owls. Switch and Arsenal have a number of mauls here, a couple of artillery units as well. So, Vihan doesn't have any artillery. I think there is, yeah. Scratch does have a white, but it's still so far away. And Drunken is on the way. Drunken could be a thorn in the side. He could walk up on the high ground and maybe rain down something. But I don't know. It'd be really hard. Be really hard since all you need to do is send one maul after him, and you can probably, well, maybe a couple, because he does have this this veteran maul bodyguard. Watching things for him there. So yeah, kind of an interesting game. Really close. Looks like 35 kills to 36. Sociopathic Owls ended up taking this game, but they lost the match, so they are eliminated. Deer is going to move into the DE stages as kind of the underdog, the lowest seeded team, I believe. So we'll see. Let's look at some of these players here. Lord Scary Owl managing to net, well, not positive ratios, but not negative either. Arsenal actually pulled this one out for his team. He had some beautiful artillery shots there and a high amount of damage. I think he was defending flag 4 for the majority of the game. Switch managed to nab positive ratios as well, but didn't see a whole lot of action compared to some of the other players. Viper Power lost a lot of units. He had the Tro, but he wasn't able to capitalize too much on it, although he had a fair amount of damage as he was shadowing Drunken's Tro, I think, for much of the game. Drunken, on the other hand, he lost a lot of units, but he killed a lot of units as well. He was not quite able to match Arsenal in damage, however, despite having so many units at his disposal. I think he had, let's see, how many units did he have? He had 19 units to Arsenal's 16, and he had the Tro as well. So Scratch and Master Chief not quite able to pull out the positive ratios, though they got a little bit closer than Viper Power did. And Vihan did not see a whole lot of action at all until, 30 seconds remaining. Basically, he just grabbed flag 1 and just sat there for probably most of the game. He could have stood to maybe send some units out to help. If Deer had better map awareness, I think they could have reinforced where they needed it most and maybe pulled this one out. But the other thing to keep in mind is that these teams were undermanned for this match and this game. So if they had more players, this could have turned out a lot differently. Fewer mistakes and so forth. So yeah, I wanted to show this game for you guys because I thought it was interesting. I wanted to get a game in with some of the lower tier teams, particularly considering the fact that one of these teams, Sociopathic Owls, has been eliminated. This was the one game that they won. They lost the match, however, as Deer proceed into the DE round. So thanks again for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next film.